We will see her, right?
We'll see her again. And soon.
Hey, where you going?
Date with the FFXIII.
What? You gonna ask it for help? I'm not just gonna stand here and wait around. What?
Lightning.
There are mainly two new elements that we brought in. It's the first game in the Final Fantasy series that's been developed for a high-definition console from the ground up, making the graphics much more detailed and the character facial expressions almost lifelike.
Destroy it.
And secondly, the battle system is brand new, with strategic elements that are combined with action-packed battles. Well, we just started making the game we wanted to make, but halfway into development we rounded up some Japanese and Western gamers and got some opinions from them on what they enjoyed and what they didn't. Most of the opinions were similar, but it did give us an opportunity to change some of the elements of the battle scenes, so it ended up being quite useful because we made a fair amount of changes due to these opinions. Well, we feel that people love the compelling and addictive storylines that gamers can just pick up and enjoy and get absorbed into.
FFXIII.
And I think people strongly respect the series and the storyline of all the Final Fantasy games. The game features a very graphic story in a universe which all sorts of gamers should find advancing, which they can immerse themselves into, and it doesn't really matter how much experience they have from before. It's quite an intuitive game, so as you follow the story you'll automatically pick up the game system and how it works. We didn't take any inspiration from any particular RPGs, but we did take inspiration from more recent Western first-person shooters, such as Call of Duty 4 and Halo 3, mainly because we wanted to make a much more visceral game with more real-time, intense battles that you'd find in these sort of games. Even though we took inspiration from these games, at the end of the day they are first-person shooters, and Final Fantasy XIII is primarily third-person, but the main operation is quite simple, so even if you don't have much experience in playing RPGs before, players of Call of Duty and Halo should find it fairly simple. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to happen in the near future, just because we've just finished working on Final Fantasy XIII, and also programming is still in progress for future Final Fantasy titles, so for the time being we're currently focusing on these. Well, as the game engine only caters for both the PS3 and 360, we didn't keep the Wii in mind. So at the moment we're thinking that if you're a specific Wii player, there are other Final Fantasy games that do get released on the Wii.
Time to jump.
Hey, hang on! What are you doing?
So what are you afraid of, huh? You're supposed to be the hero.